what it's like, and I know how scary it is because he's not an entity that one easily forgets or dismisses. He's someone that you remember for the rest of your existence. And that's exactly what he's proud of. He wants people to be proud of that fear, of that fear, of that fear, of that fear. And that was a little weird. I just heard that. Hey there, are you a candle lover? Do you like candles and you are just obsessed with them, especially the holiday ones, but looking for something unique and different? Well, Ascended Candles may be for you. Be sure to check out my new candle store at ascendedcandles.com, where you can get new fall candles like Toasted Pumpkin with a great aroma of pumpkin spice. Or get yourself Money Monster that's crafted to give you financial boost. Every candle is hand poured by me and is carefully created with positive intentions and energy. Each candle is only $13.13 plus shipping. Get these limited holiday candles today while supplies last. Again, you can find these amazing one-of-a-kind candles at ascendedcandles.com. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melinda Lyons. I'm a psychic medium, a near-death experiencer, a demonologist, a mystic, and an astral exorcist. So today we're going to be talking about one of my personal experiences on how I met Zozo. So I was debating on which entity to talk about today, but I think I'm going to talk about Zozo because a lot of people have been really concerned, and they've been asking me repeatedly, especially ever since that video I collaborated when I made with Proving Demons, Andrew and Proving Demons. Now, before I continue, if you want to see more videos like this and you're interested and you haven't subscribed, please do so you can see new videos like this in the future. My channel is corresponding with the paranormal and more importantly to bring awareness and ascension into your godhood in a positive light sense, and how to also strengthen your ability and how to protect yourself from negative entities. So if you like this kind of content and this is something for you, subscribing will definitely be a positive for you. So today in this video, we're going to talk about Zozo. It's really weird because the second I even said his name, I just got super dizzy and I don't like that. I have avoided this video specifically because Zozo is no games. Zozo is a very dangerous entity. He's extremely powerful. I actually would identify him as probably a devil entity because of the fact of how powerful he is. He's very earthbound, but he's extremely toxic, he's extremely influential, and he's extremely powerful. So I know that a lot of people have been asking about, what is Zozo? Is he real? Does he exist? So I'm going to tell you my personal psychic experiences on Zozo. Yes, Zozo does exist. He is legitimately real. He is a real entity. I actually avoid this topic because Zozo is extremely dangerous. I do not want to attract him here at all whatsoever. But to bring education and enlightenment to the public about whether or not you should even mess with Zozo or conjure him, invoke him, evoke him, whatever it is that you choose to do, my professional psychic and demonology advice is to don't fucking do it. Don't do it. I have to say it that way because Zozo is exactly the epiphany of what it means to be evil. Zozo has a lot of power and a lot of force and a lot of experience, and he's extremely ancient. So I want to first describe what he looks like. Zozo looks a lot like these pictures that I'm going to share to you. He looks a lot like a very black entity. He's extremely black. His whole body from head to toe is black. okay? And he has burn scars and texture on his skin that almost looks like it's intentional and yet accidental, or scars. It's hard to describe. He has bright red eyes, but sometimes he can change his eyes to white. I remember that very specifically. And he has extremely sharp teeth. And when he speaks, you can see the teeth super bright, and they are white. But the thing is that every person's experience with Zozo is going to be different. But for me, this is what it was like when I encountered him. I didn't recognize him right away. Like, I didn't know who he was. This was actually during a situation where I was with my guides, and I ended up somehow, I'm not entirely sure how to remember this part, but I know that when I was trying to do a walkthrough to figure out where Andrew from Proving Demons was, I found myself in hell. Now, I want to be clear about something because I've been getting a lot of people asking me about this, and I want to just clear the air here. Whether Andrew admits this or not, I know from my personal experience, I know for a fact that this was a real experience, whether he acknowledges this or not. And in fact, he wasn't even present during this experience. He wasn't. So, and because of that, there's no way that Andrew could even like validate whether or not this experience happened, whether or not he was there, because he wasn't here when this astral experience, this other realm experience occurred. When I was in this realm, I was with a few of my other guides, and I ended up being attacked by this entity out of the blue. And of course I would be, because I was basically in a hell realm. And this realm was a lower level hell. This is where they usually introduce people that have sold their souls. I didn't do that. Or that they were working with demons. And I wasn't working with demons either. I was actually doing a walkthrough kind of experience where I was seeing what was going on through Andrew's experiences. So, and he did describe at some points in his videos that he found himself in this burning area, and I was in his video featured, and we collaborated because I had seen the same thing. And I even told him, I see you in hell. I have the tape. I still remember it clear as day. Working with Andrew was a big learning experience for me, and one of the things that I learned invaluably was that I have to be extremely careful on who I work with in the YouTube world, or at all, because in the fact that if anyone is possibly, I'm not saying he is, if he's possibly working with demons, it put me in a very dangerous spot. It was extremely dangerous. I actually had to be rescued from this realm by angels at some points, and I did get out on my own also, but I could not do it on my own. Zozo attacked me in this realm when I was there, and he ended up fighting me brutally, like beating me down, throwing me across the room very badly. Even one of my spirit guides that was there, he was trying to protect me. He was also being beat up pretty bad, and we had to try to protect ourselves and fight this off. There were times that we were going to get help, but it was a waiting game because they were trying to get to us. They couldn't find us because this realm was so deceiving and so big. And that's one of the things about hell realms that a lot of people don't understand, is that it's not just one location. Okay, there's loads of different levels of hell, and the entities that you're calling to for help, like angels for example, they have to pinpoint exactly where you are by sensing and seeing the location of where you are through your eyes. That's how it works. And a lot of the times when they find out where you are, they still have to find a way to get in, and they have to battle through a lot of demons to do that, to rescue you. I remember very specifically Zozo's voice. He has a very deep but sensual voice, but it's still kind of scary. Like, it's scary. He doesn't have a voice that's sexy or anything like an incubus or a succubus like that. Like, it's badass sexy. It's not like that. But he does have power within him that he can make it sound like that and give you the illusion, so that way you can be attracted to him. But that's what a lot of demons would do. He has that ability for sure. But he doesn't do that though. Like he doesn't play around. He doesn't, in fact, I remember even recapping, I remember he even told me like he doesn't give a shit about trying to influence people through sex or through money or any of that. He just wants to abolish people. He just wants to destroy things. And it's really crazy because at the same time, it's like, but why? You're smarter than that. And that was something I never did understand when I spoke to him, because when he was talking to me, he was extremely intelligent. Now, I want to recap on one thing because a lot of people tend to get confused about when I say describe demons. All demons and devils have different personalities, but the higher the level that they are, the wiser and smarter and cunning they are, and the more they're able to be charismatic. So the thing is that lower level demons, like minion demons, tend to act like animals. They're animalistic. And that's my fault because I didn't describe that very well in my other videos when I described demons and devils and etc. The thing is that minion demons, their lower level demons, are like animals. They're treated like animals in those realms. They do not have any say whatsoever. They always have to do what they're told, and they literally get kicked around. They're treated like shit. They're treated so bad. It's sad. Like, they'll actually feel like they deserve it all the time. It's heartbreaking, but at the same time, don't ever trust a minion demon either. Don't even think for a minute that you can get one as a fucking pet or some shit like that. There's people that are demonologists that will try to even do something like that, and they do. But minion demons typically are the slavest of the slave. They are the type of entities where they are the literally lower than dirt, and they have to do all the dirty work. And that's actually in the same alignment with human souls that are trapped in hell. Zozo has a very intricate personality that definitely stands out from a lot of other demons that I've ever met. Every single demon and devil entity has a different personality. They all do. Some of them are extremely calm, like Belial, and very cunning and very charismatic. And he really likes to win you over with charm. He's very good at this. He's very good at seeming like the good guy. That's why a lot of demonologists always go to him, because he's very good at grooming people to believing his lies. But it's all bullshit. But then there's another entity like Baphomet. He's the devil that also is worshipped constantly in Satanism and demonolatry. And Baphomet, whether people agree with this or not, I've discovered Baphomet is a real entity, and he actually is he's similar to Zozo. He's extremely smart and very wise, very powerful, but he's a whole other level of evil that I never want to encounter again. Baphomet is a whole other story that I will talk about. In fact, it was another encounter I had a few years ago on Halloween, and it was not inviting. I didn't ever invite him. He popped up one day, and that's a whole other bag of beans. Being a demonologist as an astral exorcist, and when you work with people and you're trying to help people from negative forces, whether they work with them or not knowingly, these entities know who I am. They know who you are. They know everything about us. And they keep tabs on all of us extremely well. And so if you think for a minute that I'm exaggerating this, go listen to other people's stories. You will hear the same shit about demons. Don't listen to a Satanist though. They'll lie to you. I'm sorry, but a lot of Satanists and demonologists will lie to you. But one of the biggest things is that there are a lot of traits when it comes to the commonalities of demons and devils, and the biggest one is that they know who you are. They're very good at it. If they act like they don't know you, it's bullshit. It's all a deception. It's all a lie. Belial, the second I even encountered him, he was extremely knowledgeable of me. He knew everything about me. It was actually really nice, but then at the same time, it was scary. It was really scary knowing how much he knew about me. And it was almost a turn on at the same time, but that's his power, okay? Don't get confused and think that I was attracted to him authentically, it was never authentic. It was all a trance, it was all a ruse, it was all a lie. When it comes to Zozo, his personality stands out from all of them. His personality, in fact, his presence, he's very thin and he stands very tall. He's like 7 feet tall, 8 feet tall. I would say 6 to 7 feet tall. In fact, I actually just heard this. I think I don't know if that's possible, being 6 feet 6 inches or whatever, or 6'6" is what I keep hearing. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's what I keep hearing over and over. And the thing about Zozo is he loves to mock people on when it comes to the Bible. He's very big about this. And this is not something actually very specific about demons, believe it or not. I know that sounds weird, but there are not that many demons that give a shit about the Bible. There are actually, most demons don't care about the Bible. They don't give a shit about the Bible. The only time they bring up the Bible is if they know it's a trigger for you. That's the only time they'll ever bring up the Bible. Or in some cases, based on like knocking 3 times, and you are aware that that's a mockery of the Holy Trinity, then they will do that just to, again, build fear inside of you. But really, ultimately, they don't care about the Bible because there are loads of other religions. Why would the Bible be the only one that they would care about? Zozo, when I was encountering him, he was in close proximity, close contact with me, and he was right up at my face, and I was pinned against the wall. I was trying to fight him. There were times where I barely could, but he was so unbelievably strong. And this was not a moment where I was still very comfortable in my ascension yet, and I was still struggling with my power. But also the truth is that being in this realm, I couldn't use my power, guys. I couldn't, because when you're in hell, all your power is gone. So because it is instantly sucked from you. So the second you get into hell, all your power is gone, because anything good, anything of an energy source, they take it. The whole realm takes it. Like, not just one specific person or entity, the whole realm takes it. Anytime you try to recharge at all, it's gone. You can't even try. It's hopeless. I hate saying it, but it really is. There are instances, though, it is rare, but there are instances where I was able to use my power in hell, in the deepest parts of hell. That's a whole other story. But the second you do it, they will take it immediately, and they're very fast about it, and they will suck you so bad to the point where you can't even get up. Like, you can't, you're paralyzed. You're so heavy, you can't even move, you can't function. When I was in the realm with him, one of the things that I know a lot of people may be wondering is, what was it that Zozo most importantly talked to you about? What was the biggest thing what was the target? What was the whole point of this encounter? The biggest reason why I was there was because he wanted to stop me from doing what I was doing with Andrew. He wanted to stop me from helping Andrew. And I don't know if Andrew ever tried to contact Zozo. I think he did at least once or twice. The thing is when I encounter entities, I like to learn about them personally. I know that seems dangerous, but that's how I get to know who they are, what they're about. And I think that also builds respect to the entity. Even though they don't have respect for me, that helps me to really know who I'm talking about, what entity I'm encountering, and what their abilities are, their personality traits, and whatnot, how they'll respond, things like that. Because as I've even said in my most famous video, Signs a Demon is Attacking You, which has over 1 million views, that video I said every demon and devil has different characteristics and traits. When I was encountering Zozo, what he talked to me about were how he could do things, how he could destroy things, how he kills people, how he's the master of all murders. Apparently, from what he described to me, he's capable of doing practically anything on the earth realm. And I have no doubt in my mind, because I've also encountered several people who actually did encounter Zozo too. And when they were haunted by Zozo, Zozo was able to move objects so abruptly on the physical realm to the point where it even startled me by their story. This is something that needs to be really taken seriously into account, that Zozo is not an entity you want to fuck with. He's not an entity that you want to work with, in fact, because if you cross him, he will be your enemy like that. He's not the type to just sit there and talk to you over it. I remember that very specifically. He even mentioned something about that anyone who works with him, they would regret it most of the time because he doesn't play games. He's very abrupt. He's very authoritative. He has a lot of legions in his command of demons. So I have no doubt that he is a devil entity. So for any of you who have ever encountered Zozo, I'm so sorry for that experience, because I know what it's like and I know how scary it is, because he's not an entity that one easily forgets or dismisses. He's someone that you remember for the rest of your existence. And that's exactly what he's proud of. He wants people to be proud of that fear. And that was a little weird. I just heard that. I will admit I'm a little uneasy talking about it, but that was my experience of Zozo. The way I got out of it was basically after a while of taking some pretty bad beatings, I was able to get rescued by Archangel Michael, Gabriel, and many other angels that I don't know their names. I just mention Michael a lot because I'm very close to him. We had and still have a very good bond, and I respect him a lot, and I work very much with him because he's taught me a lot about exorcisms. He's taught me a lot about demons and devils, and also about myself. He taught me a lot about how to protect myself and how to work through the spiritual warfare, how to survive it, and how to be a better person after it, through it, for it. And that's like one of the best things about working with angels, is they really teach you the best parts after experiencing the worst nightmares. So I definitely know that I do not want to meet Zozo again. It makes me pissed off when I see YouTubers that are trying to fuck around by meeting Zozo or using Ouija boards, contacting Zozo. A lot of them, though, are fake, believe it or not. I think Lance Stewart did one and it was totally bullshit. It was totally fake. Most of his videos are. But I will say this, like, there are certain people that have encountered Zozo for sure. Ghost Adventures, for example, Zach Bagans and his crew, they absolutely did meet Zozo because they were dealing with a family who were haunted by Zozo. And what people don't understand, that I always have to just relay as a reminder to the public, demons don't just haunt one family. They haunt all kinds of people all over the world. So if you hear a story where one family is being haunted by Zozo, and then you hear another people being haunted by Zozo, other people being haunted by Zozo, that's pretty legit. And the reason why is because demons and devils do not haunt just one person. They're haunting thousands, if not millions of people at a time. Because if they get expelled and they're being blocked and exorcised by one family experience, well, they're going to go off and go to the other 500,000 that they're haunting at the same time. And Zozo is very busy in hell as well. He does a lot of things in hell. He has a big authoritative place in hell. So he's very proud of where he's at. He's very proud of his progress. I will say this also, after having more clear vision, he was pretty scary to see. He was pretty spectacular to see and scary at the same time, because he was very full black, as I said, but it was actually kind of shiny. It was still scary because his eyes, like I said, red or white, but there was also a time when he got really angry that his eyes went full black, and then you could barely see pupils of, I think it was red or white. His eyes are very intense, and I just remembered this too. because talking about it is refreshing my memory. And I do remember when he had me pinned up against the wall, because at one point he had me pinned up against the wall and I told him he wasn't gonna win. He wasn't gonna, because he wanted to kill me. And he had me pinned up against the wall and he had my throat and he was squeezing extremely hard. Now people may be wondering, well, that's bullshit. Why would that bother you? If you're on a different realm, you don't need to breathe. Well, the thing is when an entity hurts your astral body, it can actually start affecting your physical body. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of people die mysteriously or died in their sleep, is because entities killed them in the other realms. And because in the consciousness, the mind still believes that they're connected, that they're still physically alive, especially if they're not aware. And a lot of people think it's real. But because it doesn't work that way for me, and I know it's a different realm, and I know it's not my physical body, it makes it harder and more challenging for entities like demons or devils to kill me. I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't want to challenge that. But what I'm just saying is that that's one of the bigger differences, is because the conscious awareness. But when it comes down to like when I was being choked, it was affecting me to the point where I almost started passing out. And he put his face right up to mine and his eyes were right up at mine, and he started putting me in this really creepy fucking trance. And I nearly forgot. It was creepy. He was forcing my eyes open and I could see inside his mind. And it was another version of hell. King 𝗙aymen did the same thing to me. And not all demons or devils will do this, but when they do, it's painful. It's a very painful, horrifying experience. It's not something most people will ever even be able to comprehend. I'm even having crazy, creepy deja vus, and I'm hoping he's not here right now, because I almost see him in my peripheral, like as if he's standing right there. And that's one of the things too, is he loves attention. He loves it when people talk about him. I'm also remembering that. Fuck, I hope he's not here, because I'm starting to remember a lot of things about him. The only reason why I'm talking about Zozo is I'll say two things. I respect him as a badass motherfucker that I don't want to mess with, but I also warn you, don't piss him off, and more importantly, don't ever try to conjure or work with him. He's extremely dangerous and he's extremely powerful, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm talking about Zozo today in this video, because around Halloween, a lot of people want to start conjuring very popular known entities. So I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart, from my soul, please rethink the idea of conjuring Zozo or contacting Zozo, or any demon for that matter, or any devil. A lot of people are going to want to do Ouija boards, seances, go to haunted locations. Look, you know, to each to his own. Everyone's got something they want to do for Halloween, and if you are wanting to do something spooky and you want to go ghost hunting or whatever, I understand that, but make sure you protect yourself and you do things wisely, and you know when to pull out and know when it's your limit and know when to get out, because a lot of the times people get into these situations and they don't know when to quit. They don't know when to stop. They don't know when, okay, enough is enough. And so listen to your intuition during this holiday season, during the spooky season, and more importantly, listen to your intuition, listen to your gut. And if someone is trying to encounter Zozo or even work with any other demon or devil, and they're like your best friend, I rethink choosing friends. I say this because, again, a lot of people have asked me about it, and that's the only reason why I'm talking about Zozo today. Yes, I've encountered Zozo, and yes, he's exactly what a lot of people describe him as. He's very scary, he's very powerful, and he's not someone you want to fuck with. So that's my story on my encounter with Zozo. It was very, very memorable, unforgettable, unfortunately. But I've learned a lot from it, and I'm grateful for that. So I wish you guys so much positive energy, love, and healing in this time, especially during this retrograde that we've been going through. But also, if you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, you can also leave comments down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your story if you've met Zozo and what you learned from it. But more importantly also, if you're having paranormal experiences in your home and you feel like you need help and you don't know who to go to, I do help people for free for a small scheduling fee to make sure that you show up and you don't ditch me. That's basically it. Other than that, I could be on the phone with you for hours and I won't overcharge you, because I believe in helping people for the good of it, because it's the right thing to do, even though it's not the easiest thing to do. But if you need help and you think you're haunted, go to my website at lastfrontiermedium.com, where you can send in your paranormal advisory request and I'll answer it in a timely fashion in the order it was received of when I received it. Everyone's got a chance. In some cases, I try to answer as many as I can, but during this time of year right now, it's definitely one of those things that I always have to say this, is that I know a lot of people say, why haven't you answered my emails? I don't answer every email. I only answer emails that I feel absolutely need my help 1000%. Because it is a risk to myself, it's a risk to my health, it's a risk to my family, and it's a risk to even you on how it affects me as well in my spirituality. So I take all of these into account because it's always a risk. If you guys have any other thoughts or concerns, be sure to go to my channel and check out other videos. I have lots of other videos available. And if you're new here, welcome. If you see me before, welcome back again. But don't be afraid to subscribe, and also make sure you take a look at my Light Warrior League membership. I am going to be uploading new videos here very soon. I do have lots of other new videos that I do plan for the membership that I will be uploading here soon. I know it has taken a while. I apologize, but I do firmly believe in quality over quantity, and that's my motto always. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.